Hello everyone, today I'm going to share with you guys how to make these scary movie themed mini conchas. I have already shared my recipe in another video. I will link it down below so you guys could go and watch that as well. I have colored my paste in pink, white, and black. I have a couple of heart cookie cutters, a skull cookie cutter, and a mini heart cookie cutter, as well as my pipeable concha paste. I cut out all my heart-shaped dough and I placed it in a parchment paper each separately so it's easier for me to work and for me to show you guys. And now I just rolled out the paste and I'm using the plastic wrap to be able to lift up my paste off of the mat and let it fall on my hands. Now putting it on top of my heart shape dough and then pressing down so the two things attach to each other. I'm going to be doing this for all my hearts. To make the concha design, I used a ruler just to score the paste, not going all the way through to the dough. And I'm going to be placing some black letters on top of these conchitas, and they're going to spell out, "No, you hang up first." Now I have found that it's very tricky to use a small cutters. For example, this letter cutter. It's very tricky for the paste to come off of it. Sometimes it just breaks apart or sometimes it doesn't come off. And so now what I like to do is I like to roll out my paste, place it in the freezer for around 35 to 40 minutes. It will not freeze over, but it will be hard enough for me to be able to take it out, poke the letters out. Another thing that I like to do when I'm doing words on top of conchitas, I like to place my cutters on top with the word spelled out. That way it ensures that whatever I'm spelling out is actually going to fit on top of the conchita. And I like to cut a letter at a time before I move the next letter that's coming up, if that makes any sense. Now I'm just pressing down my letters to make sure they're attaching to the paste on the bottom. Here I'm going to mix black and white to make a gray color. I'm going to make little bloody knives. And I'm just cutting out just a basic shape. And I'm going to place it on top of my conchita. And then right when I place it on top of the conchita, I'm going to shape it to look like a knife. Once I'm happy with the shape of the knife, I'm going to add a small piece of black paste on the very back so it could look like the handle. Then I'm going to be adding some, on the very tip of the knife, I'm going to be adding some pipeable paste so it could look like it's dripping blood. Once that's done, I'm going to let these completely rise. They take about anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes. And then they bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes. Now I'm going to show you guys how to make the ghost face. I changed my shape from an oval to a circle. It just made it easier for me to be able to make the face. Now I'm just using the same circle cutter to score some lines on top of the concha paste, not going all the way through. Here I have a small skull cutter, which I pinched on the very bottom on the mouth portion to make it longer. And now I'm cutting out my shape and doing the same thing as I did before, attaching it to my concha and pressing it down so the two things attach to each other. Now using my very small heart cutter, I'm going to place the nose. For the eyes, I made two long teardrop shapes, placing the thinner part on top and then bending the bottom portion to the sides to shape the eye. For the mouth, I did the same thing. I rolled out a teardrop shape, but just a bit thicker, placing the thicker part towards the top and then just smoothing it out on the paste. I'm going to let these completely rise before popping them in the oven. On these top parts, I'm just doing kind of a bloody drip effect. Once out of the oven, I let them cool off completely before touching them. If you touch them before then, the paste is going to come off. This is how I chose to display my conchitas. Here I made this cute box that I purchased the SVG files on Etsy. I will list the name of the shop in my description. I absolutely love how they came out. They came out so cute. As always, please don't forget to subscribe if you're watching me for the first time, and thank you so much for watching.